Welcome to Locked and Loaded Sports. It's time to lock in, load up, and win big. If you're serious about sports and love cashing in on solid picks, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's get to work. In this video, we will discuss Week 9 NFL picks for every game on the Sunday slate using a blend of historical data, advanced sports analytics, and real-world sentiment to deliver sharp and sometimes contrarian betting picks. Now let's get into it. Our first Week 9 game to break down takes us to Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati, where the Chicago Bears are slight favorites versus the Cincinnati Bengals. It is a matchup between two teams searching for identity and consistency as we approach the midpoint of the season. Let's start with the home team, the Bengals. Cincinnati is coming off one of the wildest games of Week 8, a 39-38 loss to the New York Jets. The Bengals led most of the way before surrendering 23 points in the fourth quarter, one of the most stunning collapses of the season. Joe Flacco and the offense did their part. They moved the ball efficiently, and Jamar Chase continued to shine. But the defense simply could not get off the field when it mattered most. Injuries have taken a toll on this roster. Star pass rusher Trey Hendrickson remains out with a hip injury, and that absence has been glaring. Cincinnati's defense has struggled to create pressure, giving opposing quarterbacks too much time in the pocket. Still, the Bengals have been strong at home, winning 4 of their last 6 at Paycor, and their fans will be loud and ready under the lights. Now let's discuss the Chicago Bears. Chicago walked into Baltimore last week on a 4-game winning streak and left with a reality check, falling 30-16 to the Ravens. Rookie quarterback Caleb Williams showed flashes of poise, but also threw a costly interception that swung the momentum late. Despite the loss, there are positives. The Bears moved the ball effectively between the 20s, and their offensive line continues to improve week by week. On the injury front, running back DeAndre Swift has been nursing a groin issue but remains active, while several key defensive starters, including Tyreek Stevenson and Kyler Gordon, are trying to work their way back from injuries. When healthy, Chicago's defense has been aggressive and opportunistic, but depth remains a concern. Historically, this has been a balanced matchup. Chicago has won 4 of the last 6 meetings, while Cincinnati has held the upper hand in home games. The Bengals are 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 overall, while the Bears have quietly covered in 4 of their last 5. So what does it all mean? Cincinnati has the home field advantage, but the Bears bring momentum, structure, and a little more stability. Chicago's defense may not be at full strength, yet their offense has found a rhythm, and Williams continues to grow with each start. If the Bengals' defense continues to falter without Hendrickson, the Bears should have opportunities to sustain drives and finish in the red zone. We are getting locked and loaded with the Bears. Friendly reminder to hit that subscribe button. Our next Week 9 clash features the Minnesota Vikings traveling to Ford Field to take on the Detroit Lions, a matchup that promises to test the Vikings' resilience against one of the league's hottest home teams. The Detroit Lions are coming off a Week 8 bye, having showcased a dominant performance in Week 7 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In that outing, running back Jahmyr Gibbs ran for 136 yards and 2 touchdowns, while the Lions' defense, even without starters DJ Reed, Terrion Arnold, and Kirby Joseph, held the Buccaneers to just 9 points. Detroit's home field comfort is undeniable. The Lions have won 14 of their last 17 games at Ford Field and are an incredible 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 games at home. Against Minnesota specifically, Detroit has been nearly untouchable, going 5-0 both straight up and against the spread in their last 5 home matchups versus the Vikings. On the other sideline, the Minnesota Vikings endured a rough Thursday night in Week 8, falling 37-10 to the Chargers. Justin Herbert torched Minnesota's defense, while the Vikings' offensive line struggled to protect Carson Wentz, who also battled a lingering shoulder injury. Left tackle Christian Darrisaw left the game with a knee injury, leaving a gaping hole on the blind side. Minnesota has struggled historically in Detroit, losing the last 5 road matchups and failing to cover in any of them. On the season, Minnesota has been inconsistent on the road, winning just 2 of their last 6 away games against the spread. Looking at health, Detroit should enter the contest relatively fresh and largely intact, their starters having had a full week of rest to recover from minor bumps. Minnesota, on the other hand, brings a depleted and injured roster with key offensive line and skill position concerns lingering. With this in mind, we are getting locked and loaded with the Lions to cover. Our next Week 9 contest brings the Carolina Panthers to Lambeau Field to face the Green Bay Packers in what shapes up as a challenging test for the visiting team. The Packers, riding high after a 35-25 win over the Pittsburgh Steelers in Week 8, look dynamic on both sides of the ball. Quarterback Jordan Love threw for 360 yards and 3 touchdowns, while tight end Tucker Kraft had a breakout performance with 7 catches for 143 yards and 2 scores. Even with injuries to key players like defensive tackle Devontae Wyatt and kicker Brandon McManus, Green Bay's home field presence has been nearly unstoppable, winning 6 of their last 7 home games and dominating Carolina historically. with 5 wins in the last 6 home meetings against the Panthers. By contrast, the Panthers just endured a harsh Week 8 loss to the Buffalo Bills, falling 40-9, while starting quarterback Bryce Young remained sidelined with a high ankle sprain. Andy Dalton filled in admirably, but could not spark an offense already weakened by injuries to skill position players. Carolina has struggled on the road, going just 3-18 straight up in their last 21 away games and only 1 win in their last 6 trips to Green Bay. While the Panthers have shown flashes of covering spreads recently, including a strong 4-1 record against the spread in their last 5 games overall, the combination of a depleted roster and Green Bay's historically dominant Eagle home performances makes the challenge steep. Factoring in injuries, recent form, and historical matchups, this one heavily favors the home team. Green Bay has consistently outperformed Carolina at home and appears well-positioned to do so again. With the Packers playing with confidence and Carolina struggling to find an offensive rhythm on the road, we are getting locked and loaded with the Green Bay Packers to cover. Friendly reminder to hit that like button. We appreciate you. Moving on to Week 9, we have a pivotal AFC showdown as Los Angeles Chargers travel to Nashville to take on the Tennessee Titans. The Chargers come in riding a high from a dominant 37-10 win over the Minnesota Vikings. Quarterback Justin Herbert was efficient and electric, throwing for 3 touchdowns and rushing for 62 yards, while running back Kimani Vidal added 117 yards on the ground. Defensively, Los Angeles stifled Minnesota, holding them to just 10 points. Injuries did crop up for the Chargers, with safety Derwin James, safety Tony Jefferson, and right guard M. Becton leaving Week 8 with concerns, though the team remains largely healthy and capable of executing their dynamic offense. The Titans, meanwhile, are coming off a tough 38-14 loss at home against the Indianapolis Colts. Quarterback Cam Ward battled through a shoulder injury, and defensive end Jeffrey Simmons exited with a calf issue. Despite Tennessee's struggles this season, history shows that the Titans have played the Chargers tough in Nashville. While Los Angeles has had the upper hand overall, Tennessee's home field advantage and ability to control the line of scrimmage have kept many games closer than expected. Historically, the Chargers have dominated this series, winning 13 straight and covering 10 of their last 15 trips to Nashville. But recent performances suggest the Titans can challenge them at home, particularly if they tighten up defensively and avoid turnovers. With the Chargers showing minor injury concerns and the Titans' motivation to rebound in front of a home crowd, this matchup could be closer than the numbers suggest. The Titans are ready to make Nashville a tough place for the Chargers to walk away with an easy win. Considering the Chargers are double-digit favorites on the road, we are getting locked and loaded with the Titans to cover. Savvy bettors may even consider buying half a point. And now we are moving on to Gillette Stadium, where the New England Patriots host the Atlanta Falcons, who are coming off a tough 34-10 loss to the Miami Dolphins, a game where quarterback Michael Penix Jr. missed action due to a knee injury and wide receiver Drake London was sidelined. Backup QB Kirk Cousins' play was inconsistent, and Atlanta struggled to generate offensive momentum against the Dolphins' defense that has been among the league's stingiest. Their road woes continue as they have lost 6 of their last 8 games away from home and failed to cover the spread in 5 consecutive visits to New England. The Patriots, on the other hand, are riding a 5-game winning streak following a 32-13 triumph over the Cleveland Browns. Quarterback Drake May was sharp, connecting on multiple touchdowns, while the Patriots' defense created turnovers and limited the Browns' offensive options. New England has been dominant against Atlanta recently, winning 5 straight games both straight up and against the spread, and they have also covered in their last 5 overall games. While the Patriots have struggled historically at home with a mixed record against the spread, the combination of current form, favorable matchups, and key Falcons injuries gives them the edge in this contest. But instead of focusing on the obvious play, we are going to pick the total and get locked and loaded with the under, and a lean on the Patriots to win straight up. This Week 9 matchup features the San Francisco 49ers traveling to MetLife Stadium to face the New York Giants. The 49ers are coming off a tough 26-15 loss to the Houston Texans, a game in which quarterback Brock Purdy was sidelined with a toe injury and wide receiver Ricky Pearsall missed action due to a knee issue. San Francisco's running game struggled, and defensive injuries forced heavy rotations along the front 7. Despite the setbacks, the 49ers have had solid historical success against the Giants, winning 4 of their last 6 meetings straight up and covering the spread in 5 of their last 6 matchups against New York. The Giants, meanwhile, fell 38-20 to the Philadelphia Eagles in Week 8. Their offense was hampered by a season-ending ankle injury to running back Cam Scatebo, forcing Tyrone Tracy Jr. and Devin Singletary into larger roles. Quarterback Jackson Dart faced significant pressure, getting sacked 5 times, and the defense struggled to contain Philadelphia's rushing attack. Historically, New York has had mixed results at home against the 49ers, covering only 1 of their last 6 games and winning 2 of their last 6. While the Giants have been decent against the spread at home overall, their injury issues and recent struggles against the 49ers tilt the matchup. We're getting locked and loaded with the 49ers to cover. Don't forget to leave a comment with your favorite picks of the week. Our next Week 9 battle to break down features the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers, who are home underdogs. And rightfully so, considering the Colts are coming off a commanding 38-14 victory over the Tennessee Titans, demonstrating a balanced offensive attack with quarterback Daniel Jones and running back Jonathan Taylor in peak form. The Steelers, on the other hand, are coming off a 35-25 loss to the Green Bay Packers on Sunday Night Football, struggling to contain the Packers' offense in the second half, despite showing resilience in the first half at home. The two teams enter this contest with contrasting trajectories. Indianapolis has been nearly unstoppable in recent weeks, scoring at least 30 points in 6 of their first 8 games under head coach Shane Steichen. Pittsburgh has a long-standing history of success against the Colts at home under head coach Mike Tomlin, and that experience could prove decisive. Injuries have had some impact on both rosters, but Pittsburgh's team remains largely intact, particularly on the defensive side, which will be crucial in containing the Colts' balanced attack. History strongly favors the Steelers in this matchup. Pittsburgh has won 12 of the last 13 games at home against Indianapolis and has covered the spread in 5 of the last 6 home games versus the Colts. While Indianapolis has been in excellent form lately, going 8-1 straight up and 6-2 against the spread over their last 8 games, the past 5 head-to-head contests between these teams have consistently been high-scoring, indicating that points will be plentiful. Last week we chose the Steelers to cover over the Packers and Rodgers' revenge game, and we were wrong. But we are standing our ground and going with the home team on this one. We are getting locked and loaded with the Steelers to cover. Our next game to analyze sets up an intriguing showdown as the Denver Broncos travel to face the Houston Texans. The Broncos coming off a commanding 44-24 win over the Dallas Cowboys, with quarterback Bo Nix orchestrating a precise passing attack and the defense showing renewed vigor despite linebacker Dre Greenlaw's looming 1-game suspension. Historically, Denver has struggled on the road against Houston, posting just 1 win against the spread in their last 7 away games, though they have been successful outright in recent head-to-head matchups. Houston enters this contest riding the momentum of a 26-15 victory over the San Francisco 49ers, powered by C.J. Stroud's 318 passing yards and a stout defensive performance that limited Christian McCaffrey to minimal production. The Texans have been strong at home, covering 4 of their last 6 games there and boasting a 10-4 record outright. Their historical edge at NRG Stadium against Denver also adds context, though they have been inconsistent against teams with Denver's caliber of quarterback play. Given the Broncos' recent form, particularly their perfect record in the last 5 games outright, combined with the Texans' streaky tendencies and the Broncos' ability to succeed head-to-head, this line suggests a close battle. The Texans' home field advantage is real, but Denver's overall momentum and efficiency, especially through the air, does seem to give them an edge in a tight contest. All factors considered, we are getting locked and loaded with the Texans to cover in the first half with a lean on the under. And now we head to the desert in Sin City for our first afternoon game to discuss, where the Jacksonville Jaguars are set to travel to Las Vegas to face the Raiders. Both teams come off a bye in Week 8, giving them time to recover from injuries sustained in Week 7. The Jaguars suffered a lopsided loss at home to the Los Angeles Rams 35-7, with key defensive player Devin Lloyd inactive due to back issues. Offensive inconsistencies and missed opportunities were also evident, though rookie wide receiver Travis Hunter recorded his first NFL touchdown. The Raiders fell 31-0 to the Kansas City Chiefs, struggling on both sides of the ball while missing defensive end Max Crosby, defensive tackle Adam Butler, wide receiver Jacoby Myers, and tight end Brock Bowers. Historically, the Jaguars have been strong against the spread on the road, covering in 15 of their last 23 games away from home. They have also fared well against Las Vegas in recent matchups, going 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 meetings and 4-2 in the last 6 games in Las Vegas. The Raiders, however, have struggled at home recently, going 2-4 against the spread in their last 7 games, and they have often failed to cover when hosting Jacksonville. Both teams have totals trends that suggest low-scoring affairs at Allegiant Stadium, but Jacksonville's road success against the Raiders and ability to exploit Las Vegas's defensive holes gives them an edge. We are getting locked and loaded with the Jaguars to cover. We just started an Instagram page. Check it out. There's a link in the description. Our next Week 9 afternoon game to break down has the down-and-out New Orleans Saints traveling to face the Los Angeles Rams, coming off a bye week and a historic performance by Matthew Stafford, where he threw for 5 TD passes in London against the Jaguars. And the Rams come into this contest as heavy favorites, a reflection of their strong season performance and the challenges facing a struggling Saints team. The Rams enter this game with a balanced attack and a defense capable of limiting scoring opportunities. Quarterback Matthew Stafford has continued to connect effectively with veteran wide receiver Davante Adams, giving the Rams multiple offensive threats. Wide receiver Puka Nacua is listed as questionable after leaving practice early with a knee injury, but the Rams have enough depth to maintain their offensive rhythm even if he does not play. New Orleans faces significant hurdles. The Saints have struggled on the road this season, winning only 2 of their last 14 away games. Their offense remains inconsistent, highlighted by the benching of quarterback Spencer Rattler in Week 8. These struggles have contributed to a difficult season and will make it challenging to keep pace with the Rams team firing on all cylinders at home. Looking at historical trends, the Rams have fared very well against the Saints in recent meetings, covering the spread in 7 of their last 10 matchups. Los Angeles has also been strong at home, providing an additional edge in this contest. The Saints, by contrast, have not shown the ability to consistently challenge the Rams in recent years, particularly when playing away. Los Angeles has the offensive and defensive depth to control the game, leaving the Saints with an uphill battle in this Week 9 showdown. We are getting locked and loaded with the Rams to cover. Our next Week 9 matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills in Orchard Park has all the makings of another AFC classic. Kansas City enters as a slight 1.5-point favorite, while Buffalo looks to protect one of the toughest home fields in football. The Chiefs are coming off a dominant 28-7 victory over the Washington Commanders on Monday night. Patrick Mahomes threw for nearly 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, connecting often with Travis Kelce and Rashee Rice as Kansas City's offense found its rhythm after a slow start. The defense was outstanding, holding Washington to just 260 total yards and forcing 2 turnovers. The Chiefs have now covered the spread in 5 of their last 6 games, and they are beginning to look like the well-balanced contender that has defined the Mahomes era. Health remains a mild concern. Running back Isaiah Pacheco and linebacker Nick Bolton both left Monday's game with knee issues, though neither appears serious. Guard Trey Smith is still battling a back problem, and Juju Smith-Schuster remains out with a hamstring injury. Even so, Kansas City's depth and continuity have kept them rolling through the first half of the season. Buffalo, meanwhile, is fresh off a 40-9 dismantling of the Carolina Panthers, a game in which the defense smothered its opponent and the offense leaned heavily on the ground attack. Running back James Cook was sensational, rushing for over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Josh Allen was efficient, though his 163 passing yards reflected a conservative game plan built around clock control and field position. Injuries could play a significant role here. Defensive tackle Ed Oliver suffered a torn biceps tendon and will miss extended time, while safety Taylor Rapp has been placed on injured reserve. Tight end Dalton Kincaid and linebacker Matt Milano remain limited. Those absences weaken the middle of Buffalo's defense, an area Mahomes and Kelce will almost certainly look to exploit. Buffalo has been nearly unbeatable at home, winning 13 of its last 14 in Orchard Park, but the Chiefs have had the upper hand in this rivalry, winning 4 of their last 5 visits. The Bills have covered the spread just once in their last 5 games, while Kansas City continues to perform well in tight matchups. This game should deliver the fireworks fans expect. Josh Allen will need to be aggressive, but if the Chiefs' defense can contain his deep passing and force mistakes, Mahomes has the experience and weapons to take control late. Buffalo will score, but Kansas City's composure in big moments gives them the edge. We are getting locked and loaded with Kansas City. And now we discuss the Sunday Night Football matchup, which is the final game on the slate. The Seattle Seahawks return to the field fresh off their Week 8 bye, looking to extend their winning streak against the Washington Commanders under the primetime lights. Seattle enters Week 9 at 5-2, while Washington looks to regroup after a humbling loss to Kansas City. In Week 7, Seattle's defense led the way in a 27-19 victory over the Houston Texans, holding them to just 254 total yards and a single offensive touchdown. The Seahawks forced multiple turnovers, dominated up front, and showcased one of the league's stingiest run defenses. On offense, Sam Darnold continues to settle in as the starter. He's been efficient when protected, and his chemistry with Jackson Smith-Njigba is blossoming. The third-year wideout racked up 123 yards and a touchdown in that Houston win. Coming off the bye, head coach Mike Macdonald had his team sharp last season, beating divisional opponent the Arizona Cardinals 16-6. And Seattle will look to build on its recent surge of strong play. The Washington Commanders, meanwhile, enter this matchup searching for answers. Their 28-7 loss to the Chiefs in Week 8 was one-sided, exposing weaknesses on both sides of the ball. Quarterback Jaden Daniels remains questionable with a hamstring issue, which could again thrust Marcus Mariota into the starting role. Offensively, the Commanders have struggled to find rhythm, averaging fewer than 18 points per game over their last 5 contests. Defensively, Washington has talent, but hasn't found consistency. They've been strong at home historically, but recent injuries and miscommunication in coverage have cost them. If Daniels can't go, the Commanders' margin for error against the rested Seattle squad becomes razor thin. We are getting locked and loaded with the Seattle Seahawks and a lean on the under. That wraps up another breakdown here on Locked and Loaded Sports. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest sports analysis and betting insights. More picks, more locks, and more action is coming your way. That's all for now. Stay sharp, stay ready, and get locked and loaded.